Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Recently, I asked you guys on Twitter, who are your top 5 PSG players this season? And I had to go through the entire thing, calculated all the numbers as you can see right in front of you, and we have a top 10 for PSG players from your own opinion, and then I would name my own. In 10th place, we have a draw between 3 players. Fabian Ruiz, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, and El Capitano Marquinhos. Fabian Ruiz obviously didn't start the season that well, but ever since the new start of 2025 has been putting in great performances, especially in the UEFA Champions League for Paris Saint-Germain. Happy that he got one sympathy vote from someone. But yeah, moving on. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia got also one vote. Obviously, he joined in January. He's had some cheeky moments here and there. Obviously, I don't think he's deserving of a top 5, but again, happy for the appreciation to Kvara. And lastly but not least, Marquinhos. Bit surprised there. Marquinhos top 5 this season. Has to be heavy captain tax and nostalgia tax. But shout out to Marquinhos. Moving on to 9th place, we have Gianluigi Donnarumma with 2 votes. Yeah, Donnarumma, especially now, this could be a bit more recency bias, but if you're talking, the 2 recent legs versus Liverpool and Villa, yeah, Donna's been a top 5. Like, he's been immense for us now when he actually matters. Like, he's been good enough this season. Like, he hasn't been the best in the league compared to last season. But in the UCL, when he's mattered, he's been huge for us this season. Shout out to Donna. In 8th place, I mean, this is a lot of recency bias, but it also talks about the quality of the Ziri duo. In 8th place, he's obviously had a wonderful season. Wonderful since November. He struggled in the beginning, a lot of tough competition. Luis Enrique still didn't know what players he wanted to play, what formation. Obviously, the team wasn't performing well either, which is not good for new signings. You have to adapt to a new team. But since then, the Ziri duo has been magical. He was magical when I was at the back watching him versus Lyon, and he's been magical ever since. I mean, huge goal versus Aston Villa, winning us games in Ligue 1, and then, just gives us that joy, gives us that entertainment we've been longing for in football. 8th place, the Ziri duo. Moving on to 7th place, we're closing in on the top 5. We have Nuno Mendes with 21 votes. Nuno Mendes has been, once again, very grateful for Paris Saint-Germain this season. He has, though, made at least 3 big mistakes that led to a direct goal for the opponent in the UEFA Champions League in big and important games. We obviously nearly got grouped in the group stage. We've had a lot of tough games here in the knockout stages, so that's not a bad thing. That's not a good thing. But him still being 7th, still being on a lot of people's top 5, just shows you how good he is. That he can make costly mistakes as a defender, but then he gives you goals. He has the most goals by a defender in the UCL this season with 4. Like, this guy has saved us. Girona saved us. I wouldn't say Aston Villa saved us, but scored an important goal. And then we can't talk about his defensive masterclasses against Salah and so on. So Nuno deserved 7th place. Bradley Barcola, according to you guys, has been the 6th best player at Paris Saint-Germain this season with 34 votes. Bradley Barcola, and we come to that when I show my top 5, but he's in such a tough position between him and the other one next to him, in my opinion. Because Barcola has 35 GA for PSG this season, which is absolutely insane. If you told me this last season, I'd be like, wow. I mean, I do think I'm potentially predicted 30 GA for him, but it's still gone beyond that. The only thing with Barcola is, I don't know, his performances. It's like he has not stinker, but a mid-game, he doesn't really do that much, and then bam, he gets an assist. We should, though, value that more, because this is still a valuable thing. He's still impacting the games. But obviously, we have a high expectation on Bradley Barcola, especially after seeing him, cooking everyone he met in the UCL last season. But shout out to Barcola, 34 votes by you guys. Next up, in number 4th place, we have a draw between Willian Pacho and Achraf Hakimi. Achraf Hakimi has obviously been sensational for Paris Saint-Germain this season. Him and João Neves been consistent since the first day of the season until now. And Willian Pacho, once again, also very consistent. I can only remember 2, maybe 3 mistakes from him this entire season. And none of them are at the biggest stage in the UEFA Champions League. I mean, Pacho has been so great for Paris Saint-Germain this season. And Achraf Hakimi, they take the 4th spot in your guys' list. Moving on to 3rd spot, we have João Neves. And what an incredible signing João Neves has been. I mean, Since the beginning of the season, as I mentioned, he's just been cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. I would say it's been dropping off a bit in the last 2 months, mostly because he's playing more in a defensive role. When he played with Warren was more defensive. When he played now with Fabian plays more offensive. But Neves still been, once again, very huge for us in the UEFA Champions League, putting in great performances for Paris Saint-Germain. Moving into second place, only 3 votes above Joao Neves, we have Vitinha. I mean, this tells you how good Vitinha has been, but it also tells you how great Joao Neves has been. But Vitinha takes the second spot. Incredible season once again by Vitinha. I would say in the beginning, it took him a little bit of time. It could have been fatigue from the Euros, from how he ended last season and everything. But now that the biggest games of the season have come, which matter the most, obviously, Vitinha just been, man of the match, of the man of the match, of the man of the match, of the man of the match. In the knockout stages in the UCL this season, he's probably been our best, alongside like Nuno, Donna, Hakimi, Dambouz maybe. Those have been our big players in the UEFA Champions League knockout stages, and Vitinha takes the deserved second spot. The number 1 spot, it could only be one man, and that is Ousmane Dembele with 73 votes. Still not, a big gap between him and someone like Vitinha or Joao Neves, but what an incredible season Ousmane Dembele has had. I mean, he started off well, then he had that slump, missed the Arsenal game, red card versus Bayern, but all of that was good in hindsight. All of that made him strong mentally. I mean, we saw him after we lost to Villa, but still went through to the Champions League semi-final. He wasn't happy with it. And that's the thing I love about Dembele. He's been a leader. He has actually led the line for Paris Saint-Germain this season. And, I mean, we can't talk about his impact. I think 42 GA, 32 goals, and 10 assists or something in all competitions for Paris Saint-Germain this season. He's been walking on ice. He's been walking on ice. He's been skating around. And huge performances in the games where it matters the most as well. Like, he's been so, like, league end, yes, we have like a 20-point gap at the top of the league. Well, we have to thank this guy for a lot of that. He scored so many huge goals for us, and in the UCL, obviously, his impact when he came on versus City, that Stuttgart cheeky hat-trick, the breast brace, the double assist versus Villa, the huge goal versus Liverpool. I mean, Dembele can do it all. And now, moving into my top 5, here's my top 5. In 5th spot, it's a draw between Bradley Barcola and Pacho. I just can't have Barcola 9 at top 5 for the season he's had. I mean, it would just hurt me. It would just hurt me not having Bradley Barcola in the top 5. I needed to have him in this top 5 for the numbers, and he's been playing this entire season. Like, I gotta have Barcola in my top 5 alongside William Pacho, because William Pacho also gotta be in the top 5. Like, Pacho in the biggest games, so consistent, has played the most minutes for Paris Saint-Germain this season as well. He gotta be in the top 5. Number 4, I have Joao Neves. I think Joao Neves once again has had a very great season for Paris Saint-Germain. But I'll put him 4th. In 3rd spot, I have Vitinha. Big game player. In 2nd spot, I have Achraf Hakimi. I don't know, when I looked at the numbers, I saw he had the same as Pacho. He was all the way down in 4th. I don't know, like Hakimi, he has like 7 GA for us in the league this in the UCL this season, has like 20 GA in all competition for a right back. Like, he's been absolutely immense for Paris Saint-Germain this season. He gotta be second, and obviously Ousmane Dembele in 1st place. But after looking at all these numbers, look at the signings. Kvara already has 1. Desiree Doué is in 8th place with 18 votes. Then you got Pacho in 4th place with 47 votes. Then you got Joao Neves in 3rd place with 62 votes. So basically, all the signings. Obviously, Safanov can't be here. I mean, he's a goalkeeper, backup keeper as well. He hasn't played that much, but all the other 3 signings have been exceptional this season, both in my opinion and other people's opinion. Which, this was a very interesting thing to do, a very interesting list. Seeing, what your guys' top 5 is, and I mean, I will probably be doing like a tier list at the end of the season, looking back at this video. But these are my top 5. Dembele 1st, Hakimi 2nd, Vitinha 3rd, Neves 4th, Barcola, Pacho in 5th place combined. And your top 5 was Dembele 1st, Vitinha 2nd, Neves 3rd, Hakimi and Pacho combining for the 4th spot in this list. That's been it from my boy PSGINT. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez Paris.